What's going on, guys? Tim with Desert Giant Gaming, back with another video. Today, we're going to be doing a quick look of Gran Turismo Sport. Alright guys, welcome back. In the background, you can see my buddy Maddie is doing a live stream on Twitch, making a game. It's pretty awesome. So anyways, let's talk about Gran Turismo Sport. The demo came out a couple days ago. I believe it was October 10th to the 12th, so it wasn't a very long time to play the demo, and the game actually comes out in a couple days, so that's kind of a weird way to do a demo, but hey, it is what it is. So let's talk about the game. I'm a little salty about the Gran Turismo series, mainly because Gran Turismo 6 didn't come out on PlayStation 4, and it was supposed to. So I played everything, Gran Turismo 3, 4, 5, everything, played the heck out of them, absolutely loved them, huge fan. Gran Turismo 6 comes out after the PlayStation 4 comes out, so after I already sold my PS3, so I couldn't play Gran Turismo 6, and then we had to wait this long until Gran Turismo Sport, which I don't really think is really a Gran Turismo game, in the sense that there's not really a campaign mode. Let's talk about the campaign mode. I got some footage. So basically, it's, you know, a series of challenges to kind of help improve your driving skills, similar to what the licensing was in the previous games, where you could kind of go through and get your license. Sometimes you'd need certain licenses to do certain races, and etc. I think that's still kind of the case, but what's really missing here is that campaign mode where you go through, you do single player races, make money, buy new cars, upgrade those cars. There's that whole series of races for different cars, front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, all wheel drive, all that jazz. That's really missing from this game, which is a problem. But that's, I guess, why they didn't call it Gran Turismo 7, right? So yeah, and then we'll continue. Next we're going to talk about the photo mode, which is actually pretty awesome. Alright, so let's talk about that photo mode. So, photo mode is really a place where this game shines. It's amazing. The amount of options that you have to make this photo awesome is ridiculous. And the landscapes are super realistic looking. They really get the cars in there in a way that makes them look like it's an actual car in that actual spot. So that's really cool. There's tons of customization options for these pictures. You can take them, you save them, it looks amazing, it's great. Next, let's talk about the gameplay. So the actual physics and the gameplay itself. It's really classic Gran Turismo. You know, it's not easy, definitely not easy. There's a learning curve, but it's not all that hard if you're used to how these cars handle. I know every game says it's super realistic, like you got your Forza, Project Cars, Gran Turismo, all of that. They say they're all super realistic, but they all feel really different. So that's good. So Gran Turismo kind of sticks with its normal feel that it's kind of always had. So that's a good thing. So yeah, you can really feel when your car starts to slide, which is good. You can kind of help correct it. It doesn't snap back super hard, as cars do in Project Cars, which I've played a bit of, and once you start to lose it and you try and bring it back, you're done. It's over. So that's that. Yeah, you can feel the car slide. A little bit of slide is not a bad thing in this game. You can definitely feel it. There's a bunch of modes in this game. They make doing driver assists a little bit easier. So you got beginner, I guess intermediate, and expert. So generally expert is where I'm gonna be hanging out. But if you're new to the series and you're new to the game, you know, beginner's not a bad idea. It kind of helps you with braking and when to turn in, and it gives you the driving line and everything like that. So that's good. Next, we're gonna talk about the car list. So the car list in Gran Turismo Sport is a little bit lackluster. Gran Turismo 6 had something like 1,200 cars in it. GT Sport has 162, I think, which is not very many I think Forza's got like over 700, so 160 something is not a very big car list, and really where it falls short, and this kind of makes sense, is those like beginner cars that you would get. I know, like, you know, Daihatsu's in there, but there's no, you know, they have like these weird concept race car things. There's no like little Daihatsu Mira, you know, key cars that are 90 horsepower, that are really the beginner cars that you would get in the previous Gran Turismo games. So that's interesting. There's no like Honda Civics, like 97 Honda Civic hatchbacks and stuff. There's none of that's in there. It's really mainly just performance cars and race cars. So that's a little bit of a disappointment because it was always fun to get a really small car driving these little races at like 60 miles an hour. That was always a fun time when you were just starting out the game. But that's not really the case in this one, so that's interesting. And they do have this cool like museum mode where you can go into a manufacturer and go into the museum and kind of get a timeline about when they started, what they started with. And that brings me to something that I've been waiting for a really long time in Gran Turismo games. Porsche is in the game, which is great. I know in Gran Turismo 4 and I think 5 there was Rough, which is kind of like a company that takes Porsches and makes them faster and whatever. But this time, Porsche is actually in the game, which is a great addition, and I'm really happy about it. So that's good. So yeah, this was just a quick look into Gran Turismo Sport. I'd like to thank you guys all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.